Performance honoring the late Celia Cruz, a preview of what you can expect for this Saturday night performance there. Should be a lot of fun. It's Wednesday. Good morning, South Florida. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here on NBC6 News Now. I'm Chris Anderson. We have a lot to get to this morning, but before we get to the news stories, let's check the weather. First Alert meteorologist Adam Berg joins us with a peek at that forecast. A lot of folks may be traveling for some end of the week holiday travels, Adam.
And it's really smooth across the southeast. Other parts of the country, there are a couple things going on, but nothing too dramatic, at least for the next couple of days. Temperatures this morning have been really comfortable, anywhere from 67, the morning low so far in Miami, a little bit warmer into Fort Lauderdale. This is basically about where we should sit this time of the year. Typical low in Miami, 68, so here we are at 67. 73 Marathon, 74 Key West, always a little bit warmer down through the Keys. So that's the temperature situation, nice and comfortable each morning. What about our rain chances over the next 6 days or so? If you're staying put through the weekend, 0% chances all the way into early next week. I don't see our first chance of rain until maybe Tuesday, and even then only about a 10% chance, and I'll show you why here in a moment. For today, it's high pressure on top of us, sinking air. Very hard to get rain that way. Plus the humidity is kind of low too. I wouldn't say bare, right to the floor low, but still on the low-ish side. Now we do have a frontal boundary north of us. That's allowing a few showers to develop. And even a little bit more of a nuisance here across the northeast, although this system is kicking out pretty quickly here. So you've got some very chilly rain around New York City with a very light band of snow on the northern fringe of that. Same deal here for Philly. Rain just about out for you. Second half of the day, much better across the northeast. If you have any travel plans there, I don't foresee too many lingering issues. Just saying a little rain right now. And just, again, that strip of light snow. So for Los Angeles, a few scattered showers continue. The steadier rains are through parts of Arizona into New Mexico. And then as far as thunderstorm chances, pale green is less than a 1 on a scale of 1 to 5 as far as severe storms go. You pan a little bit farther to the east here. This is where we could get a couple of strong storms going, Del Rio to Lubbock, Dallas over to Oklahoma City. So this could be a trickier spot as we go through the day today. What about tropics? It is still hurricane season, but things have been smooth lately. No tropical development expected over the next 7 days, and we are getting closer to the end of the season, which is officially the last day of this month. Towards the end of the month, November 30th, will be the last day of hurricane season. So for us, let's get back to our local forecast. A beautiful start to the day. Temperatures about where they should be. Numbers 1-2 degrees above average for the afternoon. That beach breeze, that ocean breeze will work in a little bit later today, and you'll feel it. It's subtle. It's there. Just a little bit of breeze always is nice, right? What about our rain chances? We stay in this kind of orange color, which is pretty low on our dry to moist scale. But notice how we get into Tuesday, a little bit more yellow working in with southeast breeze, and that could bring in maybe our first shower. But look at this forecast, Chris. I mean, 0% is all the way until Tuesday, and then even then only a 10% chance. Temperature staying just a couple clicks above average.
It's tough to complain, right? It's pretty nice out there. Adam, thanks so much. Let's get to our top stories here this morning. And we want to go live to our nation's capital. Big developments overnight. After the Epstein files came a step closer to being released, the Senate voted yes to unanimously pass the Epstein Files Transparency Act. It's a bill that would force the Justice Department to then release all of its records related to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This comes after the House overwhelmingly passed the bill 427-1, just one lone vote voting against it. The survivors of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein joined by lawmakers reflecting on the bill, many of whom have been fighting for a long time to be heard and to be believed.
This is not an issue of a few corrupt Democrats or a few corrupt Republicans. This is a case of institutional betrayal.
So you have a choice to show millions of Americans whether you stand with us or with the powerful predators that are counting on your complicity.
Once the Senate receives the paperwork from the House, the bill goes to the president, vowing to sign it into law. And then we'll wait and see how it works out with the Justice Department as far as releasing that information. We want to turn our focus back here at home in South Florida, where a 7-year-old boy is in the hospital after he was attacked by a dog in his Fort Lauderdale neighborhood. Neighbors had to jump in to help him. The boy's father says it happened while his son was playing with his brothers across the street from their home. NBC6's Julia Bagg is joining us now from outside of the hospital with details on what happened to him and how that young man's doing.
The good news is that boy is recovering. He is expected to be okay. His family says he has bite marks on his arm and his leg, and he ended up here at Broward Health Medical Center. Doctors needed to give him stitches. We spoke with a woman who said she saw what happened and rushed to help.
It happened right up in here, right up in here.
Vonda Cates shows where she saw a neighbor's dog attack a 7-year-old boy. She remembers him screaming.
He ran straight through my gate and sat on my porch, and he was shaking. And I'm like, calm down, baby. Calm down.
She lives at Northwest 15th Court and 18th Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. Paramedics say the attack happened around 3:45 yesterday afternoon.
He came right to the porch. He was afraid.
NBC6 was there when rescuers showed up and put bandages on the boy's leg. We've blurred his face because he's a minor. Kate says the 7-year-old had bite marks on his arm and leg.
The right leg had 4 bites, and that's where the majority of the blood was dripping.
She said she started treating his wounds until help got there.
And I propped his leg on the chair and everything, just keeping him calm.
She said the dog's owner ran over to the boy.
And that's when I told her, you call 911. I told the owner to call 911.
We stopped by the dog owner's home, but no one answered. Off camera, the boy's father told us the attack left his son traumatized.
And again, that boy is expected to be okay. Paramedics tell us his injuries are minor ones. In Fort Lauderdale, Julia Bagg, NBC6 News.
They don't want to do nothing. But you want to come over here and shoot at somebody's house?
A shooting survivor frustrated, you heard her there, and now she says after she was hit by a stray bullet over the weekend at her Lauderhill home, she's upset, naturally. NBC6's Brianna Nesbral joins us more on what the victim had to say.
The victim says the shooting brought her a lot of pain, suffering, and medical bills. And now she says she can't go back to work until she recovers. And the shooter is still on the run.
It happened fast.
And my son saw the guy when he was coming down the sidewalk. And my son said, Mama, run, run, run.
Before she knew it, Maxine Flemings said she was hit by a stray bullet.
I felt my life leaving because I went to gasp for breath because I was losing the whole, I lost a lot, about my whole dress had blood.
The 56-year-old says she was inside her Lauderhill home when she heard a group of people arguing outside.
I came out the door and I opened the door and I said, y'all got to get out my yard and get out my yard now.
But she says around an hour and a half later, they came back and bullets started flying.
I heard another bullet come behind me and hit the walls.
Maxine says her first thought was of her 75-year-old mother inside.
She was safe. She was in her room.
Lauderhill police say 2 suspects were seen running from the area.
These young boys, anything they got going on, they want to take it from their house and bring it to somebody else's. And that's not right.
Maxine says she wants to see the violence end on her street. Now, if you know anything, you're asked to call Lauderhill Police. In Miami, I'm Brianna Nesbral, NBC6 News.
All right, Brianna, thank you for the update there. This morning, we're hearing the 911 calls that were made during a mobile home fire that took the life of a retired teacher. Take a listen.
Holy crap. It's huge. It's like, whoa.
Well, you hear the reaction, and this is the video here, cell phone video, of the flames and the smoke pouring out of the roof of that mobile home on Sunday. It happened right off the Southwest 21st Court and 85th Avenue in Davie. Martin Hoffer was killed in that fire. We're told he spent decades working as an educator in Miami-Dade before he retired. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Also, a man is still in custody this morning after police say he made an explosive claim at a South Florida airport. According to the Broward Sheriff's Office, Angel Orlando Fernandez Garcia said he had a bomb in his bag at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Well, that led to the evacuation of Terminal 4. In the end, no explosive was found and no flights were affected, but he was arrested and charged with making a false bomb threat. Songs sound familiar? Maybe, if you have a keen ear. The FIU Symphony Orchestra is gearing up for a big performance, holding an open rehearsal of Celia Sinfonica. What is that? Well, it's a musical experience honoring, yes, the legendary Cuban artist Celia Cruz. In this tribute, some of her most beloved songs and more will be reimagined with an orchestral twist. It's going to sound different, but similar. The group is set to put on its big performance at the Adrian Arch Center Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Should be a wonderful performance there. Some iconic classic songs there honoring Celia Cruz. Thanks so much for watching NBC6 News Now. I'm Chris Anderson. Remember, you can always get the latest news, traffic, and weather information at NBC6.com.
Every day, NBC6 is on your side. It's why we're South Florida's only TV station with our own live Doppler radar, giving you a more precise look at storms.
It's first alert weather coverage. That's NBC6 on your side.
A positive life is filled with kindness and love. It's about making the world a better place. Some South Floridians are stepping up with positivity, giving their hearts and hands to animals in need. Do you know someone like this? Nominate them for the Positively Good Awards. NBC6 is celebrating the people making a difference, one paw at a time. Submit your Positively Good Awards nomination today.